Good evening, everyone. Tyler is off tonight. We begin with an historic change at Microsoft today. The legendary software giant named a new chief executive. Now, as we told you last week, he's Satya Nadella, and now it's official. The new man in charge is an engineer, a Microsoft insider, and a native of India. And he's only the third CEO in the company's 40-year history, stepping into a job held first by co-founder Bill Gates and later Steve Ballmer. Both Gates and Ballmer will continue to serve on the Microsoft board, and Gates will become a technology advisor to Nadella. But the critical question now, does all that shuffling of chairs really mean a new chapter of innovation for Microsoft, or business as usual for the same old company? Josh Lipton reports.
When we think about our product innovation.
After a 6-month search, Microsoft ultimately chose an insider as its new CEO. Satya Nadella is a veteran of the software giant. He's been working there for more than 22 years. Most recently, he was the VP of Cloud and Enterprise, a key segment for the company going forward. Supporters of Nadella say that he was the best choice, as his background will help maintain Microsoft's momentum in the commercial side of the business, which accounts for 65% of the company's gross profits. There are concerns, though, about Nadella, including how he'll fix the biggest challenge facing the company.
Now, I don't think this pick addresses their biggest challenge, which is consumer, whether it's consumer devices, consumer services, or consumer software. Consumers are looking to Apple, they're looking to Google, and companies like Samsung for those types of products and services.
I'm a lifelong learner.
Analysts say Nadella either figures out how to win in the consumer space or exit those businesses. Another worry, Nadella has run various business divisions, but he has never worked as a CEO.
Well, I think for Satya, not having been a CEO and stepping into what will soon be a 130,000 person company, he's going to be a work in progress probably for a while, kind of ramping up. There's so much for him to accomplish strategically and operationally.
I'm proud of the things that we've accomplished.
But Bill Gates will be at his side to start. Gates will step down as chairman of Microsoft and into a new role as technology advisor. John Thompson will assume the role as chairman. His record is mixed. As CEO of Symantec, he grew revenue tenfold. But he also oversaw the controversial acquisition of Veritas in 2004. Analysts say Thompson left Symantec in far worse shape because of that deal. As for Steve Ballmer, he remains on the board, at least for now. One issue for Nadella, will he have room to operate as the CEO, or will Gates and Ballmer try and dominate the boardroom? So while several changes were made today, the question remains about whether this new leadership team can help Microsoft transition to a company focused on mobile and cloud technology. Nadella has the experience in the cloud, and we'll soon find out whether he has the ability to take on the many challenges facing Microsoft. Josh Lipton, Nightly Business Report, Silicon Valley.
Joining us now to talk more about Microsoft's new CEO is Brent Thill. He's senior analyst at UBS. Brent, you probably heard all the talk on Wall Street today. They wanted a new CEO to run Microsoft, someone that was an outsider from the company. So let's just begin with your point of view. Is Satya Nadella the right guy for this job?
Yes, we think he is. He was our pick from the get-go. While Wall Street wanted an outsider, we think their most capable individual is on the inside. He's been at the company over 20 years and successfully steered a number of their businesses, including turning around their server business, leading their cloud business. So there's a lot of question marks if he's the right guy. But we think he's shown internally that he is. You
know, there are a lot of questions also about what is Microsoft going to be? Some people on Wall Street saying they'd like to see the company split or at least spin off its consumer businesses like Xbox, like tablets, and then just focus on the software side. What do you think?
They're very strong in enterprise. Their consumer business has been their weak link. We think Satya's experience, again, is on the enterprise business. So we don't think, some have said, hey, he's not a consumer-oriented CEO, but we think he's leading the strongest part of their business, which is over 60% of their revenue. So yes, they have to make up ground on the consumer. I think that's his biggest challenge. And in mobility, right? That's the number one issue.
Brent, you're recommending Microsoft stock. Why is it a buy at $36?
It was a buy last year, went up for over 40%. Everyone gave us a lot of heat. We were one of only 30% of the analysts recommending it. We think it was the right call. We think the stock grinds higher. We don't think it flies higher. It's already had a big move. So we think the stock can go to the low 40s, predicated on a basically a low teen multiple on earnings.
All right, I'm sorry we're going to have to leave it there. Brent, thank you so much. Brent Thimm,
Thank you.
Senior Analyst at UBS. Also late today, Nadella's pay package was made public. His base salary will increase to more than $1 million, and he'll receive a stock award valued at more than $13 million.